So
Yeah.
you want me to discuss the worksheet you are saying?
Yeah, in worksheet question number 4, there are few lines from Savitri.
Would you like to read them?
Yeah, I'll just go through that. It says pain is the hammer of the gods to break. A dead resistance in the mortal body is slow inertia as of living stone. If the heart were not forced to want and weep, his soul would have lain down content at ease and never thought to exceed the human start and never learned to climb towards the sun. So, what do we understand by this inertia?
So inertia is whatever does not move. Okay, so there are kind of, we are a huge machine with various parts, and there are things within us which don't want to move. They don't want to change. So that those parts in us which don't want to change are in inertia or in tamas, right? So that is why I would not discuss everything in detail, because then I'll give you the, don't, then I would, kind of take away from you the time to sit with it, and maybe something new comes out. So just talking about inertia is something when we are in total tamas and we don't want to move. So this matter which we are composed of, the skin, the cells of the body, that is coming from a very very inconscient material which is full of inertia. And that is why mother also kind of really pushed towards a physical discipline, so that we all have active bodies, supple bodies, because even the cells of the body, they refuse to move. They say, I don't want to move. So if we have to open to the divine, if we have to open to the life force present all around and within us, then even the cells of the body have to have an willingness to open. So that willingness is usually not there because of that inertia, that heaviness. जैसे ज्यादा खा लेते हैं तो हिलने का मन नहीं करता ना, that kind of inertia.
Okay, so can I relate this to the stiffness also of the body? I personally believe that the more mental blockages you have, the more you feel body stiffness. So,
Yes,
am
it's
I
agreed.
going on the right line of this that cells don't want to move and there is an inertia of some material, no,
Yes,
because of which like we are feeling that kind of stiffness?
yes, it's quite related. For example, when one is in depression, then even the body refuses to move, because everything becomes so futile that the inertia even seeps into the body more and more. So you lose that willingness to move even the body. So yes, you are going in the right direction. Yeah.
Okay. And can you throw some light on this consciousness that we had read last time? I reread the portion
Yeah.
जो दो दो पेज पढ़े थे last time.
Mm-hmm.
उसमें बार बार वो आता है consciousness. No, like बाकी का सारा तो समझ में आता है.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's saying that no, the one that you had talked about, okay, there are two types of yoga. Can you explain little more about it, like no, in which like mother is saying that you have to be little more functional, and in certain yoga they say that it's not like that. You sit quietly, calmly, and just do meditation
Ah,
or
okay,
गुफा
okay.
में चले जाओ वाला.
Okay, understand. Yeah. So that was referring to the integral yoga of Mother and Sri Aurobindo, because their surrender is not a passive surrender. So it's not that you are now in the witness Purusha within. So there is Purush aspect and Prakriti aspect, in which we are not going to go in detail in this course specifically. So Purush aspect is the one which observes. For example, if today I decide, today I'm going to not get much involved in the day-to-day activities, but I'm going to observe. Even my own movements I'm going to observe. So that is the aspect of Purusha or the witness within me. So I can get stationed within the witness within me. Okay,
Hmm.
but that only is not enough in integral yoga of the Sri Aurobindo and mother. Okay, that only is not enough, because there you are leaving the prakriti to do its play. You are not able to have any kind of control or mastery over the prakriti, the movements of
Yeah.
our nature. So this is what we meant by collaboration, that the chetana, that consciousness that we have been given, that yes, I can see my own movements, observe my own movements, उसका फायदा क्या है जब तक मैं उन पे मास्टरी ही नहीं कर पाऊं.
Yeah.
उनका फायदा, ऑब्जर्वेशन का फायदा तभी है जब मैं अपनी प्रकृति को, अपनी बॉडी की मूवमेंट्स को मास्टर कर पाऊं. So that is where Sri Aurobindo and Mother's Yoga sends us to.
Okay, so they are writing that even though you have to surrender to the super consciousness, still you are given consciousness, and that is what needs to be changed.
Yes.
So then, how we are supposed to utilize our consciousness? If like I am surrendering, then I am actually not to do anything.
So for
Then
now,
what's my role for the consciousness?
Nehal, what we will do is we will not get lost too much into these words,
Okay.
because this can also be taken up as philosophy, but this is not philosophy. I am more interested in how I am able to change my practical daily life, even if I can read one line from it and pick it up from my daily life. That will be enough. So,
Okay.
how to use your consciousness to have self mastery is become more intimate with your movements. Why am I doing this? Why am I reacting to in this way again and again to the same person or the same situation? Asking myself this question, not to accept that I am like this way, you
Okay.
know, because what is running me? I am run by default patterns of behavior, which I have been carrying from ages or maybe childhood, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my task is to use that consciousness in order to be very, very observant.
Hmm. क्या हुआ?
I think there's a network issue, maybe.
Should I post in chat that she is not heard or something?
Yeah, you can do that. I think she might know though, because her